We're here at the launch of the facelifted 2022 Skoda Kodiaq range, and I brought along an RS model to have a quick look at. The reason why? It has the most things new with it. Gone is that old diesel engine, and in is a new turbo petrol. That's just the beginning, however. Let's jump behind the wheel and see what else is new. For the facelift model, the whole 2022 Skoda Kodiaq range has been revised, so it's worth recapping on a lay of the land real quick. The three-pronged Skoda Kodiaq range continues, but now starts from $52,990 drive away for the entry-level Skoda Kodiaq style. It comes with a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine that makes 132 kilowatts of power and sends drive to all four wheels. Other standard kit on the entry-level Skoda Kodiaq style includes an electric tailgate, an all-new version of Skoda's excellent digital instrument cluster, and new styling front to back. Next up is the performance-aligned Skoda Kodiaq Sportline model, which adds black styling elements and some aggressive looks for $57,990 drive away. That makes it $5,000 more than the entry-level Skoda Kodiaq style. It uses the same 2-litre petrol engine as before, but adds plenty of performance-aligned tricks, like performance steering, the introduction of different drive modes, 20-inch wheels, and a fantastic ultra suede interior. Whilst there are technology and luxury option packages available both on the Kodiaq Style and Kodiaq Sportline, things like a panoramic roof can be had singly. That means if you want the wind in your hair in your Kodiaq Style or Kodiaq Sportline, it'll cost you $1,900 for the privilege. If you want leather trim, you have to buy the Skoda Kodiaq Sportline model, and it will cost you an extra $1,900. However, we're here for the flagship of the range, and that's the mighty Skoda Kodiaq RS. It uses the same 2-litre turbo petrol as the other two cars, but has a far more aggressive tune. It'll cost you $74,990 drive away, but that's all you have to pay. There are no options available on the Kodiaq RS model, meaning you simply pick the colour you want for free, pay the money, and then drive away. One of the biggest changes with the Skoda Kodiaq RS in particular is under the bonnet with the driveline. Gone is that old European diesel, and in is a 2-litre petrol with a 7-speed DSG and 180 kilowatts of power. This thing is far more powerful than it was before, and it's quicker too to a 0 to 100, so it's more of the performance SUV we were always looking for in the Kodiaq RS. Standard gear for the Skoda Kodiaq RS is healthy, but so is the price too. For $74,990 drive away, you receive fantastic matrix LED headlights as standard, 20-inch aero design alloy wheels, and a 360-degree parking camera for good measure. Safety systems are also top-notch in the RS too, which includes an autonomous emergency braking system, active steering assist, and traffic jam assist as standard. The latter will drive the car semi-autonomously in traffic jam scenarios, and it actually works quite well in Australia. Let's not forget the sporty extras either, as a Skoda Kodiaq RS has aggressive styling both inside and out, and the compulsory red brake calipers too. I mean, what performance car is complete without them? Interestingly, Skoda have changed up their vehicle service and maintenance model for 2022. There are a few different ways to keep your Skoda Kodiaq healthy. One is via the purchase of upfront service plans for either 5 years or 7 years of maintenance, or the other is to pay a monthly subscription service like your mobile phone. The 5 and 7 year service packs cost $1,800 or $2,700 for a regular Kodiaq, or $2,000 or $2,900 for a Skoda Kodiaq RS. It's worth noting that if you take the 7-year service pack, Skoda claims that your first 3 services are free. If you're buying the car via novated lease or salary sacrifice program, you can bundle in the servicing subscription costs and pay for it with your pre-tax income, which in the end will save you money. Inside, the design of the Kodiaq RS hasn't changed much, but the technology has. Directly in front of the driver is a new digital instrument cluster that's got sharper graphics and better hardware than before. There's now a 9.2-inch infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Big thumbs up from me. And even the connectivity package is improved somewhat too. Wireless Apple CarPlay as I mentioned, but there's also USB-C ports and a wireless charger too, for good measure. The rest of the cabin, however, is top shelf stuff. There are no options in this car. It's $74,990 and you get everything. That includes a fancy glass sunroof, Canton premium stereo with 2 extra speakers, and these awesome leather seats, all for the asking price. Over in the second row, space is fantastic for the class. I'm about 183 centimeters tall, and this is my driving position. I've got plenty of room to move my legs, my knees are really clear the seat back, and I just feel like I've got lots of space overall for my shoulders and my upper body. Plenty of nice touches in this cabin too. Flocked lower door pockets are quite cute. There's a blind for your kids, which I can attach up there, rear air vents, and a third zonal climate control, and even heated outboard seats. Overall, there's plenty of space and some nice touches of luxury, which is just what you want for your children. An electric tailgate comes standard on the Skoda Kodiaq RS range, and it reveals underneath a boot that's 765 litres big. That's absolutely massive, but it's also worth noting there's another pair of seats here because this car is a 7-seater, so that boot figure is only relevant when you've got 5 people on board. Something else new for 2022 is a space-saving spare wheel under the boot floor. That's a huge plus for Australia. You know, it's funny that performance and SUVs go together. They seem like a bit of a juxtaposition, but when you get it right, like the Skoda Kodiaq RS, it can create quite the invigorating package. This engine is far more appropriate for Australia. It's geared properly. I'll knock it down a few gears now. It's much more responsive on the throttle. It's quieter. It's half a second faster to 100 kilometers an hour. It's everything that you need in a performance SUV. So I'm glad that Skoda bought the turbo petrol over the old diesel. In terms of ride quality, I'm in the sportiest mode at the moment. And you know what? It's perfectly livable. Now, usually I would say it's a bit too firm, but given there are 2 or 3 suspension modes in this car, it's fair game to have one nice and stiff, because what you do get is a really composed drive, and the Skoda Kodiaq RS is actually a little bit of fun on the back road. We're here in the Southern Highlands now where the roads are fast and flowing, and I've got to say, I've had a lot of fun driving this car around, maybe more than I should have, but it says a lot about the product, but it also says a lot about how this car makes you feel. Sure, it's a $75,000 proposition, but if you're after something that's a bit of fun for you and a bit of fun for your family, it's the ideal choice. In summary, the only negatives with the Skoda Kodiaq RS's on-road ability come in terms of its weight management. It can feel a bit heavy in the tighter, more technical sections of road, but at the end of the day, it is a near-on 2-ton family 7-seat SUV. Another point that bothers me slightly is the price point. It does start with a 7, which will cause some sticker shock for some people, but at the end of the day, when you assess the value, technical equipment and specification of the car, it's well worth the asking price. There are a heap of new things for the Skoda Kodiaq range, and we're looking forward to exploring this RS model in particular in the coming weeks. This 2-litre petrol is absolutely fantastic, and it's definitely better than the diesel it replaced. If you like Skoda or you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. And as usual, let us know in the comment section below if you have any questions.